Hi, ladies. I'm a few minutes early, but I just wanted to get the training video started so that way people could see where it's at if they were planning on tuning in to watch it. So I'm just going to give it a minute or so for people to hop on. If you aren't catching it live and you are watching the recording, you can just skip ahead a couple of minutes and get to the good stuff. But I'm going to just give it a few minutes and see if some of you folks want to catch up or hop on. Hi, Tennille. How you doing? It's late. Not very many people are up late. I know you are, though. Your work schedule being that what it is. I miss your face. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm going to get started on time at 10. But I'm here just a few minutes early to let people, see where the training is at, because there was confusion whether it was going to be in the event or being here. So, hi, Jennifer. How you doing? So if you're tuning in, like I said, if you guys are popping in late, just skip ahead and get to the good stuff. But hi, Jill. It's awesome. It's fun seeing people pop on. I don't know what your guys' plans were, but I thought, you know what? It's time. I need to talk about this subject. Get some stuff out there for you folks. Hi, Ashley. So I was just telling Tennille I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. I know I'm early, but I just wanted people to be able to find where the video was going to be posted and have time to get on here. I will post it live, or this live video, so you guys can always watch it later if you have to pop off and you can't stay. But I hope you will, because I've put a lot of thought into this, and I think it's a good subject, and I tried to get my thoughts together, because you know me, I can get all over the place, and I'm going to try to not do that tonight. Check this out. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to read this stuff to you straight out, but I've got like 12 pages of notes because building the business, that is a subject that everyone can benefit from. And it's not something that you can just answer in one sentence, because if that was the case, then we would all just say that one sentence and then we would all be like building the business and going about it. So it's going to take a little bit more than that. So we'll get through to it here. I just saw someone else pop on. Hi, ladies. I do plan to start on time, though, so I'm just going to give it just another couple of minutes. Hang tight. Say hi. It's good to see you here. I just saw a little something. What was that, a heart or a thumbs up? It went across right as I was there. Are you guys all in bed? Watching in bed? That would be funny. My littles are in bed, so hopefully I don't get interrupted. What time is it here? I'll give it another minute or so, and then I'm going to get going. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. And it's a challenging subject to try to formulate my thoughts together on this. But I don't know. You wish, yeah. Well, as you can tell, I'm passionate about this business and this opportunity. That's why I'm scheduling time at 10 o'clock at night to talk to you guys and maybe, I don't know, give you just a hint of something that's helped me. Maybe it'll help you. You're in your PJs. I'm kind of in my PJs. I'm in my lounge clothes. I got this shirt at Seminar. They were selling them. Love it. Super fun. And I do have lipstick leggings on too. So I'm lounging it. Oh man. Okay, another minute and then I'm going to get going. Like I said, I will post the video live. So for those who are watching the replay, because there will be people who are watching it later. Those poor East Coast gals, it's after midnight over there. It's like 1 a.m. They'll just skip ahead and catch up when we get started. So thanks for being here with me. I'm going to get into it. Okay, so the title of this training, I called it How to Boost the Business. But really, I don't want you to think that I'm tricking you, because I'm not. I am going to talk about how to boost the business, but it might not be what you expect. Because I'm not going to talk about how do you sell LipSense or how do you sell SeneGence. We know how to sell the products. We know how to wow people. We wear our stripes and do those kinds of things. Hey, Chrissy. But I want to talk about really what it comes down to with network marketing, and how to boost a network marketing business is something a little bit different than what you might have expected. And so I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I have never done a direct sales company before. I've never done any network marketing in my life. SeneGence is my very first experience. And when I very first started doing this, I realized how little I knew about this profession, because it's a profession. It's the same as, we have people who are teachers, you have people who are doctors, you have people who are engineers and scientists, and, whatever their profession is, they have gone through the training to get that, whether it was training on the job or maybe they went to college, whatever the case might be, they had to learn how to do that job. They had to learn that profession. Hey, Dina. Well, this is no different. Being in network marketing, make no mistake, it is a profession. So how much training have we had to do it? There are going to be some people in here, we all come from different walks of life. Maybe some of you guys have had many years of experience, so you're on the job training, or years of experience has given you what you need to be successful in network marketing. But for those of us who have come from completely unrelatable backgrounds, I realized that I needed to get some training to figure out what the crap I'm doing here. And so that's what that's a little bit of what I've been doing over the course of the last year. I have spent time reading books, watching videos, doing some training. I've paid for training. There's lots of free training, but just trying to learn the ropes of what this profession is, so that way I didn't feel like such a noob. Well, I'll tell you what, even after almost a year of getting that, I still feel like a noob, but I'm a little bit better prepared now than I was when I first started. Hi, Kim. Okay, so I'm just going to get on into it here. So first of all, like I said, this is a profession. Make no mistake. This is not just something that not everybody can just pick it up and run with it and be amazed sauce. Most people have had to spend some time figuring out what it is that they're supposed to do. So we need to make sure that we understand that this is a business. We are business owners. We don't work for SeneGence. SeneGence is just the vehicle that provides the products that we use as business owners to market to people. And so this is a job. It's not a lottery ticket. You don't pay your membership fee and sign up and then now magically you're going to start making all kinds of money. You have to put some effort into it. It's work. And I think that a lot of people who join that don't realize that it is actually a job, after they join and they don't put any time or effort or put in any work and then it doesn't go anywhere, then, they're kind of jaded and they come out of it and say, well, yeah, I tried network marketing or I tried direct sales and it didn't do anything. It didn't work. It's like, well, it doesn't work. You have to work. Got to keep that in mind. So like in the beginning, when we do this, we're initially paid on our efforts because we don't have, maybe you don't have a downline team. When you very first sign up, you don't have a downline team, but you're initially paid on your efforts. You go out, you make customers, you make your sales, and then you get the profits from those sales. And then maybe you find some people who want to join your team and you earn commission on the things and the activities that they do. Okay, so in the very beginning, your time is kind of going to equal your money. What you put into it is what you're going to get back out of it. Which, you've all heard that saying, if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. But if you treat it like a business or like a job, it can pay you like a job or better than a job, actually. So in the beginning, you might not see, in your very first day or your very first month that you're going to get, these ridiculously awesome commission checks. You're just going to have equal work, equal pay. Now, you do that over time, and that's where you're going to start to see that you have people who join your team and you teach them to do these things. Be prepared that it might just be equal pay, equal time in the beginning. And as that starts to grow, then you're going to start to see the other benefits to it. Now, I have a thing here that I wrote down that said that, find my note. What was it, like 90% of people who join network marketing quit in the first year, which I get it. I see why, and I think it's because it's a lack of training or a lack of understanding the reality of how it works. And so they give up too fast. And then, like I said, they get jaded and they talk poorly upon it and upon network marketing, and they say it never works or people fail. But imagine if instead of people giving up in that first year, they keep with it and they stay with it and stay persistent. They have no idea what's going to come for them. All right, so, with SeneGence, we have a very low upfront cost to join or to get your business started. It's only $55. And so for some people, when they join that, they don't really have a lot invested. $55 for some people is nothing. You know, they just like, okay, I paid $55 for that. You know, that's what you could pay if you went out to dinner with your spouse. You know, you're going to easily pay that in a restaurant. So, you know, they drop that $55, get the membership, and then they've got nothing that's really holding them onto it or making them want to continue on, because the penalty for failure or for just letting it, you know, fade away or quit, it's not much. It's nothing. So they're not really invested. Not like a person who decides to like open a salon or open a boutique where they are, you know, they're invested. Maybe they had to go through a whole bunch of work and take out a huge loan, several $100,000 loan to start their business. That person is invested. And so you know that they are going to work their tail off to not fail. You know, you don't go and take out those loans just to lose out. Does that make sense? So I think, you know, it's nice that we have such a cheap buy-in to starting our business, but it also makes it so that people don't feel like they're on the hook to do anything with it. So they quit too easy. Sorry, it was kind of a tangent, but I just wanted you to know that, you know, a lot of people, I mean, we have it easy. They do take out huge loans to get a business started, and then they are lucky if they turn a profit, you know, in their first year or couple of years, because they start out so negative. You know, we can turn a profit in their very first day. You know, we do launch parties or you know, just go out and do events or something, and you're going to be turning profits right away. You can do that. I mean, like, you have control of your profit based on, you know, how are you ordering things at 20% or 50%, but that's all beside the point. The point is that we get in for super cheap and we can start earning a profit right away. So I just wanted to, you know, start out by saying, do we understand that this is a business, that it is a job? Now, of course, it's like the best job because we have complete and utter control over our time and over ourselves. You know, I'm not working for somebody else who's telling me when I have to show up, when I have to go home, or when I can go home, when I get to eat lunch. You know, we are in total control of our schedule. Now, that's a really cool thing, but that also can be a dangerous thing, because if you're not a very schedule-driven person, or you tend to, I don't know how to get into that, but, you know, we are responsible for ourselves, and so you need to schedule time to work your business. It's not always just going to happen. Yes, I know that there's the exceptions out there, but the rule really is that it's not just going to happen. You know, we have joined into a profession, and we have to treat it that way. I've got to schedule time to do these work activities. Okay, so one of the things I want to say is, you know, I use the word profession. The minute that we start treating it like an actual profession, the better it will be for other people when they're dealing with us to take us seriously. Because that's what we need. We need people to not just say, oh, this is just some side deal that you're doing. This is a serious thing. If you treat it seriously and take it seriously, so I'm going to move the notification. It's bugging me. Then other people are. We need to let them know. I mean, direct sales or network marketing is the wave of the future. There's a lot of businesses that are going that way with the business model now, and it's only going to increase over time. Now, back in the 70s and the 80s, it got a bad rep because pyramid schemes were coming out, and so a lot of times people associate direct sales companies with pyramid schemes, which we obviously know that they are not, and that pyramid schemes are illegal. But it has put a bad reputation in the general population's mind that if you're in direct sales, then clearly you're involved with something that's a scam, which is terrible. It obviously makes no sense, but it's the reality. So kind of keep in mind that some people think about direct sales that way, and if we play our part as educators in connecting customers with a product, then part of that is educating them on the fact that this is a real business. It's like, instead of walking into that big box store, you're walking into my store, my business, where I can provide you the same things that you could get somewhere else, but they're probably better quality. And instead of supporting, big box growth, you're supporting families and families of families. So anyhow, I have a note here. I said, how can you expect others to take you seriously if you don't take it seriously? And that can't be more true. I mean, I've ran into customers out there who tell me that they would rather buy from me than from somebody else because I take it seriously. I do. I do have another daytime job, a full-time job, but this isn't just like some side business thing that I'm doing. I'm trying to build this into an actual full-time career, and it is working out that way for me. And I think that it can totally work out that way for you too, if we just start with the right mindset. So, talk about mindset. You want to ask yourself, would you want to go into business with you? How are you building up yourself and your business? And when you offer people that opportunity to join into this business, would you want to join in under you? I hope that makes sense, but kind of really think about that. You want to make sure that you're being the kind of person that other people want to do business with. That can be anything from your attitude, how you talk about the company, how you talk about the opportunity. Are you a negative Nancy? I mean, I know that I wouldn't want to join in under somebody who is constantly complaining about how difficult things are right now with the out of stock, or how they try to make phone calls in the company and they never answer. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just throwing out ideas, but how we present ourselves and how we present the opportunity is going to definitely affect other people's perception of us. So we want to make sure that we check ourselves and check our attitudes and that we're keeping them in the right place. Make sure that you're being the kind of person that you would want to do business with. Let's see, I asked, are we being negative? No. We want to be happy about the opportunity because it really is an incredible opportunity. Most people wait their entire lives to find the right place to be with a network marketing business. Especially, you talk to people who are in the business of network marketing, like this is what they do for their life. And everyone talks about the momentum phase of a company, and that's where we're at with this one. Even if you yourself are not at that crazy idea of what success is, we know women who are, which goes to show that it is possible. So, I mentioned, your idea of success. Everybody's idea of success with this is different. You can ask a person, what would they like to accomplish, if they were to join a network marketing business. If they were to join you, what would they want to have happen out of this? And some people, the majority of people, would say that they'd like to make an extra $500 a month, which is it's a good sum. They'd like to make an extra $500, and that would make it all worth it. Be like, okay, if you invested $55, but from that point forward, you could make $500 a month, would it be worth your time? And most people would be like, yep, and I would be super happy with that. It's like, okay, well, they don't understand yet that this business can be so much more than that. But where am I trying to get here? I don't want to make this confusing. What I'm saying is, don't try and tell other people what success is with the business. Let them tell you what they think success is, and then be realistic with them. If I have someone who comes in and says, I want to invest the $55, and then in my first month, I want to be making $50,000. You need to be realistic with them and be like, there are some people, that may make that happen, but the reality is that it will take time to grow there. Do I think that you can get to $50,000 a month with SeneGence? Absolutely. Because I have several girlfriends who are doing that. Did they do it in the first month? No. It took the work and the time, and it took some people less than a year to get there, to get double that. I have girlfriends that are doing so much more, but it takes time. So anyway, don't try and tell other people what success means for them. Let them have their own image of it, and then we can show them how to get there. And just because I'm not making $50,000 a month doesn't mean that I'm going to say that it's not possible, because by all means it absolutely is. We know quite a few ladies who are doing that. So let's see. Don't make other people use your measuring stick. How you measure success is different than others. Okay, I skipped ahead. I'm going to go on to my next page here. Okay, so we need to think about respecting ourselves. You have to respect yourself and your business enough that you don't make exceptions all the time just to make a sale, because we know that people are going to shop for sales or shop for those times when you're making those exceptions. Be proud of your products and be proud of yourself and your time. If you're going to go and you're going to do a demo, or a party or something like that. You know, don't discount your product to all of the people who are there just because you feel like you need to make your sales. It's like your time is valuable. It is, and you're putting in that time and you're putting in the effort. You know, it's not like we're out there price gouging people, or you're trying to charge 25% more than the suggested retail. You know, you're sticking to your prices. When you have respect for your business and respect for your time, other people will respect that. And that will just help you grow and help things stay. You know, it's kind of like, I don't go into Target and fill up my shopping cart with stuff and then say, you know, when I'm in the checkout line, hey, I'll do this business with you, Target, if you give me free stuff. Or if you take, you know, give me the friends deal because I'm here all the time. That's crap. No one does that. So don't let people do that to you when you're doing your business activities. Sorry, that was kind of a tangent. Okay, so don't devalue your time. It's valuable. Our products are desirable and they're worth the cost. Our products are desirable. I mean, nobody knows that better than we do, as we've been dealing with for the last couple of months. That's why nothing has been available, which we're starting to see the improvement now, and I love that. It's really exciting. But what more can you ask for in being in a direct sales company where the products are hot? I love it. People want my products. And so, you know, there's not much more that we can ask for in that. But with that, I have products. You know, you've heard the saying that you can't sell from an empty cart. There's no better way to be prepared to run your business than to make sure that you actually have products to sell to people. We are, gosh, I'm getting ahead here. I'm so sorry. You know, we've got to have items for people to buy. And so, you know, I take advantage, you know, each month, and I go in and I'm ordering at least my 750 PV. Sometimes I'm doing like 4 times that, no joke, throughout the month. Can I afford to do that? Yes, I can. Not everybody can, and that's okay. I would just say, you know, shoot for the 300 PV. That's a qualified order. It gets you a lot of products. It's a really good discount, and you're still going to earn 40% profit on everything you do. Go in and get your products and have them on hand, because your customers, if you can do the fast, you know, supply and demand, and people want their stuff right away, and you have it, it's going to help you out so much more. Plus, it kind of goes back to what I talked about holding yourself accountable. If you actually have products, you're going to be motivated to sell them. You're going to want to move them, because you're not just going to want to have, you know, 300 PV or 600 retail product just sitting on a shelf in your house. You're going to feel motivated to sell it. So then you're going to market it, and it's going to move more than if you just don't have any products and you sit here and think, well, I might try. You're going to lose the motivation, and it's not going to happen. So if you're here and you're wanting to do this as a business, then make sure that you have things to sell. I'm not kidding. When you have a cabinet full of stuff, you're going to be dang well motivated to move it, which is a good thing. That's the whole point. That's why we're here. Let's see. We are, I'm just going to skip ahead here. I said, don't be ashamed by your involvement with network marketing. This is a serious profession with serious income being made. Who's laughing now? When they get into this business, some people might make fun of others because they're like, oh, you're doing one of those things, or, you know, whatever. Okay, well, who's going to be laughing when you are making serious income? There's no reason why women can't make really good income, you know, for themselves. And I say, you know what? Prove all those people who are laughing about it wrong. Go out there and build your empire, and then we'll be laughing. I mean, I'm not saying do that just so that you can be like, haha, I told you so, but you know what? So what? Maybe you do tell them so. You know, it's like, I don't want to be always having to work a job where I'm answering to somebody else and I'm working on their schedule on their time. So that's why I take it seriously, and I'm working on building this. And I get myself into the mindset that this is my business, or this is where I'm going. And it's amazing how much your mind over matter matters. When you start telling yourself why you're doing this and taking that seriously, it's going to change your entire approach. And, you know, sometimes, you know, for a lot of us, we do still have to work our job to pay the bills, but then we work our business to build our wealth, if that makes sense. Okay, so I didn't realize like I said before, this is my first venture into network marketing, but I didn't realize that there was another way to go about life or go about jobs. We've been trained since we were kids. You get up and you go to school and you do that all day, every day, Monday through Friday. And after you get out of school, you go to college and you do that Monday through Friday. And then after that, guess what? We're looking for jobs because that's what we've done our whole life. Finding something that we do Monday through Friday that pays us. And so, that's the natural progression of things. We look for jobs, not opportunities to do things different. So we are responsible as network marketing professionals to educate other people that there is a different way that's not a joke and that they can actually make better or, the same or better or more money than if they went and found a job where they're working for somebody else. So we need to remember that part of our role in all of this is educating other people that there is a better way to go about it, a legitimately better way. So how do we do that? You're going to laugh at this, but really the way that we do that is we need to work on ourselves. We need to work on our own personal development. We need to work on our communication skills. About 9 or 10 months ago, so I joined a little over a year ago. So about 2 months or so into doing this, I've been following along with a lot of the training stuff that had been going on, watching the videos. And one of the things that kept coming up was ladies were talking about the personal development books that they were reading. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. I kind of rolled my eyes to that and went, okay, because I don't need to read personal development books. I'm an okay person. I don't need that kind of stuff. No joke. Today, I kind of I laugh that I was being so blasé about it because they knew what they were talking about. I was like, I don't have time to read books on the subject. I just want somebody to tell me what to do. Well, them telling me what to do was to go and learn. Go and read a freaking book. It's not that hard to do. So I downloaded some books and I listened to them on my commute to work. My goodness. Once I started taking it seriously and reading and working on my own, working on myself, working on my communication skills, working on personal development, it has started to pay back in ways that I could not have understood. Because I have a thing in here that I can't remember who said it, but that they said as soon as we start focusing on, what is it? Oh my gosh. Sorry, gals, I'm going to find it here because I don't want to screw it up. Oh, it was Jim Rohn, and he said, work harder on yourself than you do on your business, and you will have everything that you want. And, we always hear a lot of one-liners in this network marketing world or in the training groups and stuff, and it's not just that those things are cool, but they have honest, proven meaning to them. And it's true. If you start working on yourself, then you're going to have everything that you want. And another really good one is that it was by Zig Ziglar. And it says, if you help enough people get what they want, you will have more than enough of what you want. Does that make sense to you? When you really think about it, it's like, this is not the business, the opportunity, meeting the new people that you're trying to prospect. It's not about me. It's not about us. It's completely about them. Nobody, when you throw out the whole, hey, join my team, help me reach my goals, help me to make, all they hear is help me make more money. Let me use you to get me somewhere bigger and somewhere better. And that is, there's nothing more of a turnoff than to hear those kinds of things in their mind. If we can remember that it's not about us, but it's about them, then we're going to start connecting with people. And that was part of what you learn in the personal development and how to communicate with people in a way where they see that I'm trying to show them how a product that I have is something that they need. Not because I want to sell it to them or I have to sell it to them, but it's something that will help solve a problem that they have or resolve something that they have. Same thing goes with the opportunity. How is the SeneGence opportunity going to give them something that they want or solve some sort of problem that they have need for solving? Because the business is not just about selling and getting new signups. It isn't. It is a profession about educating others that there's a better way. It's not about you, it's about them. And that is a hard lesson. That's a hard lesson to learn, is that it's not about me. It's about them. And how can you know, how can you know what they need if you don't know people? You don't get to know them. For me, it's not about the quick game. It's about the long game. And some of the gals that are in here will know that, yes, maybe I met somebody and they hosted a party and I shared the opportunity with them and they decided to take up on it for private use, and then they watched and they watched and they watched and they're like, okay, maybe I do want to do a business out of it. Awesome. So that happens every now and then. Other people who are here, it was the long game. It took months and months and months of getting to know them, getting to find out, what is it that they're doing in life? What is it that they need? Or how can the SeneGence opportunity give them what they want? It's not about getting what I want. It's what they want. So I kind of want to switch gears here, and I want to talk about when you're building your business, one of the things that you have to be prepared for is rejection. Yeah, it was one of them. One of the things you have to be prepared for is rejection, because people are going to say no. And I'm going to give you some cool statistics here that maybe might help you realize why you should stick with it, even when people say no. So what if I told you that every person that you talk to about the SeneGence choice or our business opportunity, what if I told you that every person you talk to would say yes? Would you talk to more people? I mean, the obvious answer here is yeah. I mean, if I knew that every person I talked to would say yes, I would talk to everybody, because that's a given, right? That would be awesome. Well, now what if I told you that every person that you talk to, go into it assuming that they're going to say no? What would be your response? Would you be like, well, then I'm never going to ask anybody because I already know they're going to say no, right? Well, if you go into your conversations with people assuming that they're going to say no, then you're prepared for what their answer is going to be, and you know how to respond to that. So part of the learning or the training or the things that I want you to start thinking about is, how would you answer the no or the negatives or the excuses as to why people can't do it? The more that you ask people or offer people the opportunity, the more practice it gives you on how to accept that rejection, or you get to hear all of those different reasons why they're saying no, and you can have time to play those scenarios out and come up with ways to answer it for the next time. Use every single one of those as a learning experience. But something that you might find interesting is that as distributors, okay, so I'm going to read this, I don't want to mess them up. 44% of the people will stop pursuing someone after they get that first no. They're like, I asked you, the person said no, and they're like, okay, I'm done. 44% of distributors do that. Another 24% stop after the second time they hear no, 14% after the third, and then 12% after the fourth, okay? So if you add that up, that just says that 94% of distributors give up after the fourth time that they've heard no. Which, that I can see how that happens, because we don't like being rejected. We don't like being told no. Keep in mind, though, that they're not saying no to you personally. They're just saying no to this opportunity, or at least they're saying no, not right now. Most people are not saying no forever. They're just saying no, not right now, okay? However they're going about it. Now, hear this statistic. It takes 5 to 10 times for someone to hear or see an opportunity before they want to do it. Over 60% of all sales and all signups happen on the 5th or greater approach. So you look at 94% of the people who quit after number 4. Well, guess what? All it would have taken was that 5th time, or maybe the 6th time, of letting somebody know about the opportunity before they finally come around. And I have found this to be true when I talked about the long game. I have people who I've prospected over the course of months. And that might seem like, who wants to wait months trying to get somebody? Well, guess what? I would do it over the course of years if that's what it took to get the right people. Because we say this a lot. You can't say the right things to the wrong person, and you cannot say the wrong things to the right person. It's very true. But keep that in mind the next time that you talk to somebody about the business or the opportunity and they say no, check that off. Okay, 1 down, 4 more to go till you get to the 5th time, or maybe 5 more to go to get to the 6th time. The point of the matter is, don't give up just because somebody says no. Keep at it. Okay, so how to boost this business. Have you guys heard of Tony Robbins? He is amaze sauce. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but I have read some of his books and listened to his trainings, and this guy, he's amazing. Aside from the whole entrepreneurship, and I can do an entire training topic just on some of the things that Tony Robbins talks about, but one of the things I wanted to focus on was him saying, okay, how as network marketing professionals, how do we boost our businesses? So he says, okay, keep in mind, what's your current customer base like? Do you have 30 customers? Do you have 300 customers? Whatever the case might be, surely we can, through the course of our natural progression of wow, book, demo, direct, we can go out and we can increase our existing customer base by 10%. So if you have 30 customers, you just got to find 3 more. I think anybody can do that. If you've got 300, you've got the ability to go and make 30 more customers, okay? So his 10-10-10 rule says, go and increase your customer base by just 10%. It's not that big, and that should be easy to do. Then what we want to do is we want to follow up with our existing customers and try to get 10% more sales from people who are already in our customer group. Maybe that's contacting someone that you sold a lip kit to last week and asking them how they're liking it, and maybe asking them, follow up with them. How are you liking such and such? Have you ever considered, do you like skincare? I've got this really cool thing. You're already in love with lip scents. Maybe you would really love how the shadow sense works. Something to that effect. Go and contact back your old customers and work on just 10% more sales from that. If you do those 2 things 10% more often, you're going to boost your sales, or your business will grow by 30%. And that's no small amount. I've heard it said a bunch of times that the fortune is in the follow-up, and I know that to be true. When I look at how other people in direct sales or network marketing treat me, because I am a customer of other direct salespeople. I do. I'm like, I want them to buy things from me. Well, I buy things from them. So, I buy my Jamberry from girlfriends, and I buy my supplements and things. I do that. I support other people. But what I notice is that when they follow up with me, I am more likely to order again, or I take their suggestions for things. And so, flip that around. Other people will do the same thing for you. If we just don't talk ourselves out of following up with customers, because they are a huge resource and we have to have those for business. Something else that I like to do, and I still do this to this day, is I find unique ways to keep in touch with people. Unique ways. I don't want every single time I talk to someone be about me trying to sell them something, because then people don't like that. They don't like it, and they're like, oh, I hate to open that message from Corey because all she's doing is trying to get me to buy something from her. I already bought something. You know what I mean? So find unique ways to keep in touch with people where you're building that relationship with them. You let them know that you care about them. And that, be human, be a person. It makes total sense if you just remember that they're a person, they appreciate being treated with respect, and that, if you go the extra mile with people, you're going to gain their respect, you're going to gain their loyalty, and they're going to continue to want to do business with you. Especially in a sea of 1,000 people, what sets you apart? What makes people want to do business with you, buy from you, or join with you? That'll come from them getting to know you. So, this is where you make sure, are you working on making yourself somebody that people want to get to know? Goes back to that personal development. Find ways to communicate with people. Maybe you do read a book on, how. Here's a good one. I read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Totally not what I was expecting at all. So much information to be had from that. If you guys have read that, throw a thumbs up out there or something. But it's amazing what I learned from reading a book like that. And every single one of these that I've spent the time to read, they blow my mind. I'm picking up nuggets of information that are helping me in different ways. It's kind of like with this training, or what this video I'm doing for you. Obviously you guys are serious about the business. Otherwise, why would you sit here at 10:30 at night listening to me drone on about how to build it? Clearly you're wanting to do something with this, and it's possible to do it. I believe that you guys can do it. If I can, you can. We hear that said a lot, but it's totally true. We're all just people. You know, we're all humans. We're all living in the same world. What makes one person special over somebody else? I mean, everyone has things that make them special and set them apart. I'm not trying to like even that playing field. But what I'm saying is that there's no one that's more deserving than the next. You deserve it too. If you're willing to work for it, you know, why not? Okay, so what sets you apart? Oh, so here's a good thing. Schedule yourself time to do certain things, like the follow-up. If you're not very good about following up with people, set a time to do it. Maybe it's like, okay, Tuesdays from 7 to 7:30 p.m., I'm going to follow up with people. Set a timer if you have to. Get yourself 10 names, the last 10 people who bought from you, and then contact them. Follow through. Do something. You know, keep in mind that the network marketing is a business of relationships. We are networking with people. So you want to make sure that we work a lot on recommendations. And so if you are giving like the best customer service to your customers, they are going to tell that to their friends. And then you've now expanded your reach to those people and so on. Okay, so here's some things that we have to think on. If you want to boost your business, you have got to decide to do this. It can't just be something where, okay, I'm on this week, I'm off next week, I'm on again, and I'm off for a couple of weeks. No, you need to make the decision that you want to grow your business and then work on getting your mindset in that business mode. Because I said it in the beginning, you know, mind over matter, totally true. If you don't have that mindset that you're going to do this, then you're not going to do it. You know, so you have to commit to the profession. Solidify the reason why you're doing it. You know, why are you doing this business? Is it because you want to earn extra income? Is it because, you know, like for me, I want to be home with my kids. I have a really good job. I don't want to like put that laugh in the face of my really good job, but my really good job takes me away from the home, you know, 48 hours a week, which sucks when I've got littles. I'm missing out on their childhood and I don't want to miss out on that. But I also want to be able to support and bring income into the home. That's my why. So whenever I feel like quitting, which I have, believe that or not, I have thought about it several times. You know, when I get through peaks and valleys of this business, I can go for, you know, a week or two where I don't have a single sale. And then like the next week, there'll be so many sales. I'm like armfuls of packages, but it's in those valleys where I'm like, okay, why am I doing this? I've got all this product and nobody wants it. Did I miss the train? You know, is the hype over? And then I'm like, no, of course it's not over. Do you know how many people I still talk to that have never heard of Luxe? All the time. So we know that the train has not made it to station. We're just barely leaving the original station. But if you solidify your reason why you're doing this, that will help you that'll help get you through the times that are tough. Let's see, something else. Stop settling for how you were conditioned, the childhood, you know, oh, I'm just going to work my 9-to-5 job. Stop settling for that kind of thing. You don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. You can decide to do this and be successful at it. Now, with that, we will always say, you know, you can't compare your story to somebody else's. And that's absolutely true. You know, we are all working our own jobs at our own paces. We're all putting in various amount of efforts. You know, you can watch someone who works the business and then like 3 months later, they've like exploded through the roof. And it's like, oh, just because I didn't explode through the roof in 3 months, clearly this isn't for me. And you know that that's not true. Everyone comes from different backgrounds. You don't know what level of training that person had in network marketing. You don't know what ready-made downline that they had that they're bringing into the organization with them. So, you know, don't focus on the other people's successes. Just always keep your eyes here on your own nose and what you're doing. Get the help that you need in the locations where you feel like you're weak or you're lacking, and you know, and keep on working with it. Okay, so got to my next point here. I would suggest finding somebody that you can relate to really well. I don't know if you want to call them a Sene bestie. Somebody where you guys can connect, you can bounce things off of each other. get ideas on what's working for you, what's working for you. You can hold each other accountable, because if you're trying to be like that lone solo person that doesn't really get involved with your upline, that doesn't really do much with your downline, or doesn't do anything with your sidelines, and you're like an island, you're going to find that it's hard. It's hard to do it alone. And this is network marketing, so network. Find somebody that you can spend that time with and help each other grow. How many other businesses do you know where women celebrate the successes of other women? This one is huge for that. I want to see every single one of you guys not just succeed, but surpass what you thought success was 1,000-fold. And I will cheer you on every single step of the way, no doubt about it. And so will all of the Sena sisters that are around you, because that's what we're here for. We're here to build up women and see them be successful, not tear them down. I mean, there's plenty of that going on in the world, but that's not what this is about, honestly. And I do believe that because I've seen it. There's some amazing leaders in this company, and I suggest, finding people who inspire you and hitch your wagon to them. I did that in the beginning. I found women who were where I wanted to be, and I followed them. I watched what they did. I asked them questions. I modeled my behavior after what they were doing, and it has worked. So, we're not our own little islands. We're not here to reinvent the wheel or, try and learn this all on our own. All of the stuff we need, all of the tools are available to everybody. You've just got to go and get them. I can't implant the knowledge and the information into your head that you would need to be successful. You've got to get it. You've got to hear it. You've got to watch it, read it, whatever works for you. You've got to do those things. And that's how you're going to grow, and you're going to get to where you want to be. So I have a quote here that says, "Did you know that you become like the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with?" So you got to look at that. I mean, where are you spending your time? Is it with people who are bringing you down, or is it people who are, helping you to grow or lifting you up? So analyze your circle of influence and where you spend your time. I don't want to spend my time with people who are going to be telling me, you can't do this, or it's not going to work, or a bunch of other negative Nancys. That's not going to help you go anywhere. So instead, surround yourself or hitch yourself to people who are going to show you what's possible and where you can go. So, and I said this before, but I went to the Crown Princess retreat in March. I barely made it to that retreat, by the way. I was so excited that days before the deadline hit, I made the rank to go, and I was like, oh, thank heavens. You want to know why? Because there were 300 women there who were successful in this. And I wanted to spend that weekend picking their brains. I knew their faces. I knew who they were. I knew their names. I knew a lot of their stories. But I wanted to spend the time to talk to them and ask them my pointed questions. In essence, I was hitching my wagon to these women who absolutely motivated me and inspired me. And I knew that it was possible to go where they had gone because I'd been watching their journey. So I surrounded myself with those women. So I suggest, you guys do the same thing. Doesn't matter who it is. Find someone who's where you want to be and model your behavior after them. Get a hold of them. Ask them. I guarantee you, if you contact people, they will help you. Because I have been helped time and time again by women who have absolutely no monetary benefit from my success. Because you'll find that this is a business of women empowering and helping women. It absolutely is. And that's why... even myself, I love that it gives us the opportunity to help other women, even if they have nothing to, the money is great because it's a business about making money, but there's something more rewarding about helping someone get what they want or get where they need than about getting some extra money. Because I can get money going and working a job, but I guarantee you that I don't get the feelings that I get in that job that I get here in helping people. Okay, sorry, tangent. Let's see. The more you better yourself, the better your relationships in life will be with your family, your friends, your spouse, your kids. So, that seems like a random quote, and I wrote that down because obviously it was important, and it's true that as we start building on ourselves and working on our own personal development and personal growth, we're going to not just see that improve in our business, but it's going to improve in our life and our life relationships. Something that, let's see. Okay, so getting back to the topic at hand here. I'm checking my time. Okay, I'm doing all right. 90% of those who join quit in the first year. That blows my mind. And I think that's sad because most people just don't give it enough of a shot. So our job as sponsors or as people who are bringing others into the business is we need to help them value their sign up or value, why they're here. We need to be real with people. We need to help keep them going. We need to let them know that there are peaks and valleys with this. So whenever times get tough, do I just up and quit? No. But I need to let them know that, they're going to go through times where they have sales and then times where there's not sales. And we've got to provide them the value in being here so that way that they don't get discouraged and quit before they have the opportunity to get to a point where they get it, where they understand how it works. So boosting our business is by helping to be a servant to others. Does that make sense? I'll talk more about it here in a minute. Let's see. You have to also remember that people are watching you all the time in your customer group, when you're out and about and you're wearing your stripes, whatever. People are watching, even if they're not interacting and they're not talking, or they're not commenting or they're not liking, they are watching. And sometimes they watch and watch and watch just to see what you're going to do. Are you going to fizzle out? Are you going to quit? It's like, well, they'll think, oh, I dodged a bullet with that one because she just quit anyway, so I'm glad I didn't join her. Remember that people are always watching what you're doing. And I like this. Network marketing is no more than personal development with a product attached. So keep that in mind. If you're working on yourself and you're working on your personal development, then people are going to follow along. Okay, you guys, I know a lot of you don't know me, but I'm sorry. I bounce around a lot. I'm trying to stay focused because I don't want it to be just some hodgepodge. But the more you grow as a person, the more your business will grow. Don't be afraid to read books on self-development. Don't laugh at that. That is an actual thing. When you talk to the people who are successful and who are doing really well with this, you will see, if you scroll back through their stuff, what are they suggesting? They're suggesting that you watch a webinar. Have you guys watched webinars, or that you read a book? Have you done that? If you haven't, maybe that's a step. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you haven't gotten that point by now, I recommend going and doing some sort of, self-development. It doesn't have to be on network marketing. I mean, it could be. If you want to get right to the, the crux of the issue, go find Eric Worre's book it's called Go Pro. It'll teach you all kinds of things that you didn't know that you didn't know. It could be communication skills, how to deal with varying personalities, customer service, getting yourself in a positive state of mind, confidence. Whatever the case might be, you've got to commit to learning. Pick a half an hour a day and learn something. Go read, go watch, whatever's your thing. You also need to review how you spend your time. Are you passive about your business? Do you just fly by the handle and just wing it? Or do you schedule time to do income-producing activities? Schedule time to do your follow-ups. You want to boost your business, follow up with people. That's what's going to be huge. Set the timer, set the schedule, and actually do it. Don't just talk about doing it, do it. Don't let yourself get sucked into that Facebook scroll, where you just scroll forever. You know how much time you waste just scrolling and looking at stuff? Or how much time you waste preparing the perfect graphic? Instead, you could be following up with people. Find income-producing activities and do those. Let's see. I'm almost down to the end here. Let's see. I think it's neat to know that, network marketing is the fastest growing business model in the world. So we're in here early. We're in it right now in the right time. We're going to start seeing many, many, many more businesses go in this direction because it makes the most sense for corporations to let other people do the business for them. Don't laugh at where we're at. We're here for a reason. Okay, so I have one more thing that I wanted to talk about. You guys know what the warm market is? Warm market is pretty much anybody who knows you by name. Like, maybe they don't, Maybe they don't know your face, but they would recognize your name. The warm market is a great place for you to start if you want to boost your business. We talk about writing down the list of 100 names. How many people have actually done that? Sat down and wrote down that list of 100 names. If you haven't, this is your homework. Go do that list. Write down, I'm going to give you some ways to build that list. But you want to boost your business, I want you to write down these 100 names of people and contact them. Maybe you contact them and just say, hey, I was just thinking about you. Have you checked this thing out? Or something to that effect. Whatever works for you, contact these people. Because if you don't contact them, somebody else will, and then you're going to kick yourself because you know that person and you didn't do it. So it can be, you start talking about, let's see. Who do you know that hates their job already? Or who gets on there online and complains about how much they hate their job? Who do you know that says that they are broke and that they want more money? Who do you know that already has a lot of money, but they're bored? Right? Obviously, your friends, they know your face. How about coworkers or the wives of your coworkers or husbands of your coworkers' wives or whatever? Who do you know that is constantly posting on Facebook already? Who do you know that does your hair? Have you talked to the ladies in your salon? Have you talked to the people that do your nails? This list is really, really long. I'm not going to read them all to you. I'm just throwing out some ideas of how to generate a warm market list. But there are so many people that you can think of that you could write down and generate this name, and then I just want you to take little slices of that list and contact them. Pick 10 people and just message them. And we have said that most people, 90% of the people are going to say no, but 1 in 10 will say sure. So you want to boost your business, you've got to start reaching out to more people. It's a numbers game. Literally, it is just a numbers game. Every single no you hear is going to get you closer to that next yes. That's not just a fun saying, it's an actual statistic. So if you want to have 10 people join your team and you know that it's about 10%, success rate, then you need to go talk to 100 people. If you want 100 people, then go talk to, a whole ton more. But every single time that you get a no, you could be like, oh, I'm getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. And guess what? Eventually, you're going to find the ones who say, sure, why not? Or remember that the no's just mean no, not right now. It's not that they're saying no to you and they don't ever want to speak to you again. Just write that check mark to the side and be like, okay, that's, response number 1. I'm going to follow up with them in another couple of weeks. They might say no 5 times, 4 times, and then that 5th time it will be the yes. But as long as you are continually expanding your reach, and don't tell me that you've talked to everybody that you know and no one is interested. Because I can help you, if you need to, generate a list of hundreds of more people that you do know that you have not reached out to yet. Okay, so I'm sorry, you guys, you probably thought that boosting your business was going to be me talking to you about how to sell SeneGence products or how to sell LipSense. And no, that's not what this was about. It is about how to boost a business. We know how to sell SeneGence. You wear your stripes, you wow, you book, you demo and direct. That is a basic and it's a whole different training. For this, boosting your business is working on you. You have got to work on your own personal development. It's not corny, it's true. The more that you start focusing on making yourself a better person, the better you're going to communicate, the more that people are going to want to be around you, the more confidence that you're going to have, that is going to reflect in all aspects of your life, and your business is going to be included in that. The next step is just to talk to more people. That's my challenge to you. Make the list. If you need help on coming up with how to put people on that list, I will help you. Okay, you guys, I don't want to go much longer than that. So if you have any questions, I know there's just a couple of you that are still left in watching, and thanks for sticking it out to the end. If you have questions, you can post them below in the comments. I will answer all of them. Thanks for watching. I know it's late. I love you guys. You guys are worth it. Obviously, you want this because you're here in the middle of the night watching a training, me talking about how and what and every random thought that came into my head, but you've got this. You deserve it. let's go build empires. Talk to you guys later.